Hello everyone and welcome back to Steel Division 2. And today we are going to start our weekend tutorial marathon. So welcome. You are this video is aimed for newer player. And so if you're a veteran of the game, you can skip this. That's not for you. And I don't think you'll find much useful thing. But if you are a new player, one of the many that bought the game at $8 or however ridiculous price it was, then first of all, welcome, my friend. Welcome to Steel Division 2. One of the hardest game there is currently about World War II, in my opinion. In RTS style, obviously, because I think Gary Grisby is the most difficult and best game, but that's another story. Steel Division 2 is a pretty difficult game, and since there's an influx of new player, I decide I'm going to do a marathon of tutorial videos. They're going to be short and straight to the point, and yeah, so we're gonna start with our first order of the game. So we're going to talk about the division a little bit and the income. And I think that's only going to be the only two topic. Also because I'm on baby duty right now, so I want to make these short in case he starts crying. He's having a field day today. But yeah, so as a new player, what you should do is, because if you look at the long list of division, it's easy to get intimidated. Sorry for my bad English. It's easy to be concerned by all of these. So I'm gonna give two division for you, one Axis and one Allies that you should start with. They're great all around. So you shouldn't have difficulty with these. So the first one is going to be Group Turina. It is found right here, and so Group Turina is definitely a good Soviet division. It has everything you would want to defeat the enemy. In the recon tab, there's a lot of stuff, snipers, small vehicles. In the infantry, there's a lot as well. So yeah, you can look at it while I'm talking, or I don't know, open the game and look at it while I'm talking. So there's Turina, and there is, for the Axis, I would recommend 20th Panzer. Now, the Panzer division, the tank division of either sides are not the greatest right now. They don't do well in 1v1. And just wait a second, I'll call my dog. All right, and okay, so the tank divisions are not doing too great right now, but 20th Panzer is always a good choice. But right now, the good meta of the game is definitely the infantry. So if you want super powerful division, I would personally go for 1st DFL. Task Force Butler is a good one. 6th Airborne, 15 Infantry is, well, not super strong. Yeah, scratch that. It's a good division, but not that strong. And for the Axis side, you would probably want, let's go down. 3rd Fallschirmjäger is extremely good, but I think it's hard for newbies to play it because the infantry is very expensive. You could go for 1st Fallschirmjägers. I think they're good as well. But definitely 78 Sturm can be great. For Munte can be good. And these could be good for you, but you need certain skills to start playing these and actually be good with it. So let's go for Turina. There it is. All right, so first of all, when you pick a division, you'll be tasked with a deployment type here and a name. So mettons Turina noobs. All right, and so there's multiple deployment type that you get to play the game. There's points that are given to you for phase A, B, and C. I hope you already know that by now. I'm hoping you've played some games against the AI. And so you'll have three phases: phase A, phase B, and phase C. if you pick balance in phase A, you'll get 110 points per minute for 10 minutes. In phase B, you'll get 135 for 10 minutes. In phase C, you'll get 155 for however long the game lasts. And so, what's important with these is that it's you need to pick the one that is suited to your playstyle, but not only to your playstyle, but to the division as well. They are divisions that will play better in Vanguard Maverick or, Balance, Flatline. But the one we take the most in 1v1 would be Balance and Maverick right now. So these are the two being played often. Vanguard is also a good choice if you really, really push hard in phase A. And the goal in Vanguard is to overwhelm your enemy in phase A, which could be difficult to do if he's playing Maverick, but if he's playing Balance, it should be pretty easier. I'm a Balance type of guy, and there are lots of pros that will play Maverick. Maverick is also great. But anyway, let's say we want to build Furina for a Balance, and we're going to build it differently than if we build for Maverick. So you want to have specific groups for specific income. All right. So in the recon tab, it's very important to have recons to help you see what your enemy does. You could take these for 15 points here, and you could even take, well, not a Jeep because it's very fragile. You would want at least armored vehicle to go with them, but then it rises the price to 25. So, and the more veterancy you got on your recon, the more it will be able to see hidden units. So that could be important as well. So let's say we will take snipers in phase A and B. We'll take a BA-10. Always try to go for veterancy in phase A. The more veterancy you have, the better your tools are going to survive or kill. Oops, there's something happening here. Hello. I'm just gonna take baby in my arm. Hello. And hopefully he'll stop screaming. Oh, wait, he's got the mic in his... No, drop that. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, so the more veterans in phase A, the better it is for you. And so, and then maybe we could take, some dozers as well. So these are going to be used just for recon abilities. These are going to be used to fight. So, but not only do they fight, they'll provide recon. So that's always good. And infantry, you want to build... You want to have lots of infantry in phase A, because players that are going to be playing Maverick or Vanguard, they're going to try to overwhelm you. And so you need to have a counter for that. And so for Furina, it could be a good idea to get these guys and get them in the Jeep. So the Jeep, if you could go to display transport, you can see it goes at 95 kilometers road speed. And the road speed is very important in phase A because you want to get to your flags before your opponent does. So the faster you are in phase A, the better it is. So we could use these guys to get to flags and capture them first. In the support tab, we will also use flamers to do so, and we'll take the motorcycle because it goes at 100 kilometers. So we'll use 6 of these guys. And then you also want a leader for phase A to help boost your troops. Leaders, I would not recommend on taking fast vehicles because you don't want the leaders getting there before your main infantry and then getting shot down right away. So we could take these guys, and plus they got a Panzerfaust to kill tanks if ever the need. Don't take your leaders with high veterancy because it takes away the numbers from them. And with leaders, you want as much numbers as possible because you don't want them to fight your battle for you. you need you in phase A you will need elite troops to fight in close quarter combat. So troops with submachine guns are pretty good. High veterancy as well. We're gonna take these Sturmviki. Tenko Desantnikis, probably get them with the half tracks is a good idea. But yeah, you want these as well because they do have submachine gun, which is good for forest. Baby is acting up just a little bit, which is good for the forest fighting, so that's going to be good. And then you're going to take some infantry. So infantry, the cheaper it is, usually the better, just because cost is a big thing here. You only get 110 points per minute, and these points are highlighted in yellow. But anyway, Strelki DP, they come with PTRD. And those PTRD are going to be able to take on half-tracks. They're going to be 2 light machine gun with these Strelki DP as well. So they're called DP because of the DP-28. And 2 machine gun is good if you want to suppress the enemy. So these are going to be good for phase A. Plus, they, like I said, they got the anti-tank rifles, so they can shoot down half-tracks. So we're going to take 1 card of these dudes. And what else could we take? And I guess we're going to take 1 card of cheap Streltsky as well. And I'm personally not going to take them vetted, just because I want the numbers with them. So this would be a good composition for phase A. You have your line infantry here, and these guys are vetted up, so if there's a leader close to them, they'll get to 2 star. A leader will up 1 star to your infantry, so then they'll be 2 star and they'll have these bonuses. And veterancy is very important if you want to beat the enemy. But it depends on each player's play style. You know, I don't play a lot with veterancy, but it's a good idea to do so. And then you got these Strelki, they're very line infantry. And then you got the infantry that will go in the forest, or you know, that will go on the flag first. And then you can get also basic infantry for phase B. 1 card is usually enough, but we'll also get some Saperies. These are TNT throwing infantry. You could take them unvetted, but it's better to take them double vetted. And with a vehicle that will not die to small arm fire, so an armored vehicle. And yeah, so that's for phase B. And then for phase C, you want the numbers. So we're going to take 27 of the Strelki DP. And that should help us through the battle for line infantry. Oh, guys. Okay, I'm just going to turn them around. Then for tanks. Alright, so Tiurina doesn't have the greatest tank ever. But they will do the job. They are cheap. So you'll take, you know, 8 of them double vetted in phase A should be fine. 8 of them in phase B. Actually, never mind. We'll take 1 cards of the T-34 76 1943. And the rest, we're going to take the 76 1942 because they have more armor. You see they got 90mm armor here, and these dudes have 75. So these are going to be harder to kill. We'll take 1 cards as well, and 2 cards here. And then we're going to take an unvetted cards of these 76 1943 for phase C. This is because, yet again, with the just like with the infantry, you want the numbers so that you'll be equipped to fight a long time. I'm just going to drop baby here. Okay. So yeah, so you want a lot of numbers, but in phase A and B, you would want veterancy to help you have as much chance as possible to destroy the enemy without losing your own troops. Now, phase A, we do have these flamers that are gonna get on the flags. Machine gun is always a good idea. So flamers and machine gun to get early flags. And then you would want more machine gun for phase B or C. You would probably want some support. Tank support is a good idea as well. You need supplies for sure. And then you could get a commander. Commander will up one more veterancy to your infantry, or any troops actually. So that will get, with the leader, that will get your infantry to 3-star, which is not displayed. It doesn't display the advantage of having them 3-star, but anyway. And then you could get, yeah, so Tiorina has good anti-tank capacity, so you do have great anti-tank guns here. The Zis 2 is the best. You would want as much as them as possible. So you have in phase B and phase C. And then, you know, you can pick some of the others. These M42s are going to go quick. They're going to do some decent damage against medium or light tanks. And then you can take these as well to help out with numbers. Because in phase A, you do want numbers. And then, you know, maybe some... Su-85 for firepower, vetted up for better chance of killing. And what else? They don't have lots of anti-air. Normally, yeah, okay, that could be a problem. Normally, you always want anti-air capability, anti-air in phase A, but I guess Tiorina is pretty bad for its anti-air. You could use these dudes. I mean, they're okay, but yeah, let's just leave one in B. We'll take one mortars because we're starting to run out of points. One mortar in phase A, and you could use these guys in phase B as well. A lot of people don't like them, but they're fine. But I mean, you know, find your own stuff that you like. And then 48, so we got enough for 2 planes. We'll definitely need to get fighters in phase A. So always have a counter for airplanes in phase A. Usually you'd get 1 card of fighter with 1 card of anti-air. But for Tiorina, we'll keep the 37 mil of at least 6 for the game. And then you could take another choice. Try to get fighter bombers as well for phase A. This deck doesn't have fighter bombers except for these cheap stuff. Don't take that. So take them for phase B, and these are going to be good to kill machine gun, AT guns, stuff like that, you know. So this could be your deck, your all-around good deck. I guess maybe you could try to find a deck also that has better anti-air capacity, because anti-air airplanes are pretty hard to deal with in phase A. And so yeah, we're just gonna save this. And then maybe we could go for the German side of 20th Panzer. Now, let's go look at the recon. They don't have much recon, but they do have these Panzer trees, double vetted because it's phase A. And you could get some of Clara as well. They do come with cool stuff. So this could be good. This could be good. And now you're going to be able to see the enemy. These vehicles are going to turn into recon as well as soon as you drop these. So that's actually 8 recon unit. Infantry wise, German infantry kind of sucks, and they're expensive as well. So 30 points for infantry is pretty expensive. But recently we've been giving these guys 20 points, 2 machine guns, so this is pretty good. This could get you started for phase A pretty well as line infantry. You could also get the cheap disheartened units. And a lot of people don't see why you should take disheartened units, especially the newer players. But disheartened units are good for the numbers and because they're cheap. And so they're good meat grinder type unit, you know, like you don't care too much about them, and it makes up for an amount of units on the field that your enemy has to spend time and money to destroy. So, with the German decks, the German division that do feature this Arton units, I would recommend taking them and trying to learn how to use them. Now, Pioneers double vetted, we're gonna give these guys with half tracks as well. So that's our CQC units. And you do want CQC units double vetted if possible. So at least 2 cards of these guys for phase B. It's gonna give you something to fight with in the forest. Otherwise, the Germans are really bad to fight in forests. So don't try to go in CQC with the Germans. They do have these toss troop though, and these are gonna be good for what? For taking early flags and holding them, or to you know, attack in the forest with these fast vehicles as well. So these goes 90 kilometers an hour. This is what you want to bring them with. So that's going to be our phase A. 9 line infantry, 4 Stastroop for CQC, and Ersatztruppen for just to spread across the map. And then in phase C, we're going to use a lot of Panzergrenadier. So 27 coming with half tracks. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be real expensive, but it's going to give for proper fight on the battlefield. And then we got 2 more cards that are pretty expensive, but we do need infantry in phase B. So, and we're going to use the trucks. No need to up their costs by taking half-track in phase B. And we want them to come in fast. So, bam. And we could take more infantry in phase A. But yeah, let's take them in phase A. You never have too much infantry in phase A. Yeah, now, you'll notice with the Germans, I don't take veterancy. That's because you usually don't have lots of infantry to pick with. I guess I could have added a leader rather than a second cards of Panzergrenadier. But I personally am a player that prefer numbers over quality. It's up to you, really. It's up to you. But that's how I would build my phase, my German infantry. Now for tanks, you don't always want the biggest tanks. Biggest tanks in 1v1 do not fare that well. They are very expensive, and most players you will encounter will know how to destroy them. So, you know, try to do as much damage as possible with units that cost as less as possible. So the Panzer trees are going to be very good double vetted. You see their accuracy here is 80%, 81%, and their rate of fire, it's 10 rounds per minute. So that is pretty good. If you encounter unvetted Panzer T-34, then these guys will have 6 rounds per minute. They'll have 40% accuracy. So compared to yours, with 10 round per minute and 81% accuracy, you know, probably you're gonna survive the encounter. So you take these guys, take some of these as well. The T-34 German decks are good to have in phase A because they are fast moving. 49 kilometers an hour here, 40 kilometers an hour. So, you know, it's almost 10 kilometers an hour faster. It can get to your front line better. And then you might want to have some Panzer IVs double vetted for phase B. And let's have some double vetted for phase C. And then actually we'll take the ace for phase C. And then you want numbers. So 15 unvetted Panzer IV for phase C, and that's gonna help out. And then you could take this guy. I mean, it's their special cards. You could. It takes 3 points, so we might cancel it later. But there's not a lot of use to do it. But sometimes it could be cool to use a IS-2, or actually that's an IS-1. But anyway, so yeah, do take it. But you know, don't take a division just for its heavy tanks. Like, don't take the King Tiger division just for the King Tigers, because you're not gonna achieve much with them in 1v1. So we want the Flamers always. You want these guys to take flags early. You might want to take some support tank as well. You always want ammo. The grill as well, that's useful because they shoot at 2k. They have range of 2,000 meters, so you can sit these guys back and watch them kill enemy from afar. And you're definitely going to need to get some machine gun. Try to take your machine gun with 1 star, just because they'll have often machine gun in phase A are gonna face other machine guns, and then if you have that extra advantage to you, it could be very beneficial. But then in phase B, it doesn't really matter that much. So now we're already at 41 points. Yeah, we're gonna delete this guy, get more points to us. And anti-tank, that's gonna be good to get. We're already starting to run out of Opel Blitz. So we're gonna get 2 cards here of Pak 40. Pak 40 and the Germans are the best anti-tank gun, I dare say, of the game. They're really good. They're not too expensive. I like them. Other choice you could have taken is the Martyr one as well. These are good. Double vetted, they're even better. Panzerschrecks, you could always take these in phase A. They're very useful, but try to keep them for phase A. We're running out of points here, so I'm not gonna take them. Anti-air, these guys are okay. These are your foot on the ground soldier kind of thing. So maybe get them in phase B. Then you'd want these guys in phase A, and then I would take as well in phase C. And it's a good idea to take them with veterancy, but they're already strong enough by themselves, so you don't actually need to. And then you could take some flaks as well. They do come with ammo trucks. You can see it here by the icon, the supply icon. And you could take these. These are good for anti-tank, for anti-air, you know, whatever. Artillery. The Germans usually have the best artillery. You got these, especially in the tank division, you got these vehicle artillery. They're good. You got these rocket 280 mil HE rockets. These can be great. I personally love these half-tracks, so that's what I'm gonna take. They have 40 rounds of 81mm shells. They can move on the go, and yeah, they're just overall, they're pretty good. Now for the air, you always want fighters in phase A, and also you would want fighter bombers as well. So there you go. Just a note here. I don't have the points for it, but these Stuka clusters are very good. You know, actually, we are going to take them. And I'm not a person that plays with 88mm much, so I'm gonna remove this guy and add this dude here in phase A. So what these guys do, the cluster, they fly over the tank and they release 108 2-kilogram clusters, and these usually automatically kill a tank. They are slow though, so you'll need to provide cover with anti-air and fighters, but they're very, very good. So this would be our deck to play with using the 20th Panzer. So we've built 2 decks, and we've talked about the income types. We talk also about the deck building, what to take and why. There's a lot of division you could try out to see for yourself, things that I have. Each division has their ups and downs, you know. There's not a single perfect division. I guess maybe 20th would be one of these. And we talked about unit composition. You know, CQC units are very important. Tanks, fast tanks, Vetted up tanks and light and cheap are the best. You use the medium tank here, like the Panzerforce, to either attack in groups or hold the line a little bit. Try to take them with veterancy as always. What else can we talk about? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's gonna be one video. I think we're gonna close it at that, and that should help you out a little bit for your decks. I'm gonna show you some example of my decks. I got 97 balance here. The 97, they rely on their off map a lot, so I took lots of these. You see you have anti-air in A phase. You do have your fighters in A as well. Anti-tank planes. Yellow is always anti-tank, so anti-tank planes in A. You got fighter bombers in B. You got lots of anti-tank cannons. 6 in phase A with these dudes using the PTRD. They're pretty good. So I did take IS2s in this deck, but you know they don't have much, so that's how they roll. Task Force Butler, for example, this is one other of my deck. Now you notice I got lots of cavalry scouts in phase A. These are recons with bazookas, so they're very, very good and makes them attractive. These guys recon with radio. Radio is always good to communicate with your artillery. So if you see the radio trait on your artillery, then it means couple that with a unit that has the radio trait as well, and they'll be able to shoot with pinpoint accuracy. Phase A, you have lots of infantry, 18 here plus 6 engineers. Then phase B, phase C, B and C here. Tanks are okay. On well, you see the type, right? Lots of planes. This division rely on planes and artillery a lot, so this is what I got for them. What else? 15th regulars. So here I got lots of infantry with double vetted all across the board, with some unvetted for substance. And you got light vehicles to help capture early flags, and you got the more heavier vehicles coming in. Lots of anti-tank guns, anti-air in phase A and B. You know, artillery a lot. They do rely on these as well. Now let's go take a look at the Germans here. 14 infantry. No, I'm not going to show this one because I got a battle coming soon with them. Panzerverband, you know, not a lot of infantry. This deck does not have a lot of infantry, but I did compensate by putting fighting infantry recon. So this deck does have recon, and you know, I've used these guys to add 5 more infantry to my phase A at the cost of later recon. But you know, sometimes you gotta do some sacrifice. I do have a recon plane here to go with my Stuka. These are Stuka 37mm AP, so they will shoot and destroy tanks. And so it's good to have a recon plane with them because they need to see the target before shooting at it. Lots of tanks, but you see in phase A, I don't have the big heavy tanks because that's useless. It costs a lot of points for nothing. So in phase A, I have you know, small light Panzer II. I got Panzer IIIs, and I do have a few Panzer IVs as well to help out with a leader to boost these guys up in veterancy. And then in phase B, I have 4 T-34. I got more Panzer Lukes to help out with the infantry. And then in phase C, I have 8 Tigers, 2 Panther A double vetted with 3 Panther G 1 star. And so you know, you want to gradually bring these guys as your income goes up. And you see the infantry here, I got 20 Pioneers, so these are my CQC unit, close quarter combat. And yeah, because that's all you get, you don't get flamers. And then what else I could show you? I have a Vanguard Artneck. There you go. So Vanguard division, you would want most of your stuff in phase A. So and with lots of veterancy as well. So you see here, I got lots of phase A. Like I got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got 13 machine guns in phase A. I have a double vetted AT. I got good and expensive anti-air. I got bombers in phase A. I have lots of infantry. So you know you want to go for the numbers because your income will reduce every phases. And for phase C, I only got one card of infantry. That is the cheap kind of infantry as well. So this is pretty much how it goes. I think my next video is gonna be about smoke, counter battery, tank micro, how to support tanks with infantry, AA placement. So really, next battle we're gonna go into a map against the AI, and we're gonna check this out. But also, if you don't know, I do have already a playlist of tutorials on my channel that I did cover some of these points as well. So you can go check them out as well, and yeah, help yourself out. So this is gonna be our first video for the tutorial marathon. Hope you enjoy. Hope this helps. And good luck to you on the battlefield. Goodbye.